Hello everybody, and welcome back to my Minecraft 101 series with me, Mindless Kizea. Now, I know it's been a couple of months since I have uploaded any videos as of late to do with Minecraft. I've been very busy in my own personal life. I've been moving flat, which requires sorting out moving in, deposit, all that, as well as actually getting the internet set up, so that did take a while. But that's all in the past, back into Minecraft. So, when I last left off, I was doing tree farming. Now I'm going to go into crop farming, and in this particular video I am going to be talking about these 6. From left to right, you have sugarcane, wheat, pumpkin, carrots, melon, and potato. So I'm going to go more in depth to each of those, and then show examples of different farms and different methodologies of these plants. Now, this is your basic farm plot. In a farm plot like this, you can grow wheat, potato, and carrots. And the way this is made, it's got a water source block in the middle, and from there you go 4 out from each side, and then you just match them up. Make sure that you use a diamond hoe to till the land, like so, and then you can plant your each individual crops. So you got seeds, carrot, even though I changed that, and that's carrot as well, potato. So you can grow them in plots of land like this, and with these 3 in particular, it doesn't matter how you plant them in any order. You can plant them in an organized state where it's just wheat, just potato, just carrot, or you can mix them all up. You can have wheat, potato, carrot, whatever you really do prefer in that respect. It's going to get dark soon. After that, we'll go on to melon and pumpkin farms. Now, the way melon and pumpkin farms is you need a space between each stalk. Once again, going around a water block. This is not the most efficient way of doing it. I'm going to show the most efficient way in a minute. This is just showing you how they grow. And they don't really like to conform. They like to grow wherever they like to grow. So you can put them in a square like this. Not ideal. I'll show that in a second. After which, you have sugarcane. Sugarcane is a bit different when it comes to growing. It has to be adjacent to the source block. Water source block, with no, it has to. It can't go here. I'll show you. It can't be planted in any of the corners. It has to be adjacent to the source block, or not at all. So those are the 6 crops that I am going to be giving examples of, and from here I am going to start building a farm for the first 3 crops, and show so I'm back after making the farm, and this is the first one I'm going to show you now. So it's very much like the flat farm I saw earlier, with the I've designed a water source block in the middle and out by 4 each way. And what I've done is tiered it up with different crops on each level. Once again, you don't have to. This is called like something like tier farming or tower farming. And what's good about this is that you can actually farm underground and above ground. So if I wanted to, I could carry on doing this underground, following the same pattern. Now, the only thing to remember about this is that to get the most out of your farm, you'll need the water source block and a light block, which I'm using this jack-o'-lantern. And there are more advanced versions of this, using redstone, droppers and dispensers. But I'm not doing that in this particular part. I'll be showing more advanced stuff when I move on to doing redstones. So yeah, this is this particular type of farm build yields the most crop, as it has the most farming space. The only thing you would need to do is have like a ladder running between the 3 different layers, so you can harvest a crop. The positive on this is the high crop yield. The negative to this is it takes ages to farm, because you have to keep going individually. If you was impatient and don't want to wait, what you can do is just go to a corner, drop a water bucket. That will clear most of the farm up to this point, because I think this farm's 9 by 9 with the water source block in the middle. So it's 9 by 9, and the water will go all the way to this edge where you can pick up the crop and the seeds. I'm just going to set this to day. After that, we've got something like a more traditional sort of farm where you will have water flowing through the middle, and you can grow it either side. This doesn't have such a high yield, but you can grow this quite far out. It can look really cool and nice once it's fully grown. And once again, you can do this above ground and underground. And what you can do is you can keep doing this indefinitely. Except for you make sure that your farm is only 7 long and 4 source blocks from the water source. And the reason we want 7 is because water will only run 8 and stop at the 8th block. So you need it at 7, so it will go down to the next source block and continue running. The positives on this is that it looks cool. It can look very nice if you've got long fields of this. Negative is it doesn't give as much yield. It is a lot harder to harvest the crops, and it can take up a lot of space. So that is the 3 seed crops, and those 2 types of farms, and there are many other different types of farms you can use for this as well, but that requires redstones and using pistons and all that as well, which I'll go to at a later point. Moving on to this, you have the melon and pumpkin farms. Now, the thing you got to remember about melon and pumpkins is that when they're growing, let's just grab some bone meal. When they're growing, if 2 stalks are together, they will grow to the nearest block. So that will grow to that one will grow to that one. If you used to have them, say this one here, a plain block, and then another stalk here, they would both contest for this one, so it actually halves your yield, which is not what you're after. So what I've done basically here is have water run down, have them next to each other in rows of 2, and they'll grow to the left and to the right. And if you don't want to do that, you can just have it like this, and you could plant that there, and grow them through that. So this is probably the only realistic way to farm both pumpkin and melon. Once again, make sure you got your light source. I'm once again using jack-o'-lanterns and the water. Now you don't need the light source or the water, it just increases the rate of which everything grows. Same as bone meal, as you can see, I'm using it. When I use bone meal, the stalks grow much quicker, but it won't grow to the actual melon. So as you can see, this melon has grown to the left. This one would grow to the right, rather than attaching to that one. So that's pretty much it for melons and pumpkins. It's not really much of an automatic system, or even with redstone, to be honest. Good thing about jack-o'-lanterns is that these reeds won't attach to the jack-o'-lanterns. Different identity, different ID for the block. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the jack-o'-lanterns, for the pumpkins and the melons. And then the 6th one I was talking about was the reeds. Now, as I said, the reeds have to be next to a water source block. It can't be flowing water, it has to be a source block. And as you can see, what I've done here is I've put a lily pad down on each water block so you can walk over. And if you can't find lilies, you can make carpets just by getting the wool of sheep. And I should have put some light down, and I would have put like 2 jack-o'-lantern that side, jack-o'-lantern that side, to help improve the growth. But when these grow, and you can't speed up these with bone meal, but as these grow, you'll come up to that, and you just click like that. So this is got the highest yield, and they do grow relatively quickly. So this is you can do it one other way, which is basically very similar to how these pumpkins and melons are done, but except for being, but you'd have the reeds going up, the sugarcane going up and down the sides, and this would have to be a solid water block, which can make it easier to harvest. But if you're using wool and lily pads, this is the highest yield and the best source. So that is it for crop farming. There are a few other things that you can farm, which I'll put into a later episode, which is more special, like mushrooms and netherwort, as well as cocoa beans. They all require just a different way of farming them, which I'll, like I said, put in the next episode, not exact episode, but up and coming episode. The next episode I'm going to be doing is all about herding the different animals, so sheep, cows, chickens, pigs, rabbits, but not horses. Horses I'll do as a individual video as well. So that is it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed watching. If you have, leave a like, it helps fantastically, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.